Hey everyone, we're here with Justin, and we just got done playing the game you're here with.
Albino Lullaby.
There it is. See, we talked about this before because I got it wrong, but Albino Lullaby. Now, me and Will had a chance to sit down and play this game. My first impressions, very immersive, very, very cool, and a very stylized look that I was really gripped into right away. Now, Justin, can you give us a quick rundown of your game?
Sure, it's a first-person horror adventure, but it doesn't rely on jump scares and gore.
Thank God.
It's less of a Five Nights at Freddy's kind of thing. It's more like a David Lynch psychological horror, and it's not so much slash, blood, squirt, and all that kind of stuff. It's more about the atmosphere and the suspense and the narrative and the build-up. We got it running on the Oculus Rift, but it also runs great on a 2D machine too.
Awesome. And like I said, we did play it on the Oculus Rift. And again, I was against VR, but playing 2 demos today and enjoying, I'm so sorry. Albino Lullaby. I should get that. Albino Lullaby. Playing it on the Oculus Rift, I'm sold, and I loved it a lot. Now, what's a good inspiration for this game? Where did an idea from this game come from?
Oh gosh, it came from so many places. Let's see. I mean, again, David Lynch movies, Kubrick's. I'd say probably even System Shock 2. But I think at the core, maybe Myst and Riven, because I'm really trying to push that idea that you are the main character in the game. I just kind of want to present an interesting world to you and allow you as the player to explore the world. You're not trying to be someone else. So as you explore, you sort of come up with your own objectives, much like in the Myst games back in the day. So yeah, I'd say Myst is probably the core experience, though it's not a puzzle game quite like Myst is.
I think that's absolutely a brilliant decision, especially when it comes to VR, because your first experience is instead of just walking into a regular room, you're walking into the room.
You, right.
Yeah, and there's a depth there that it's not realized before. But so with that being said, what was it like? Was it a conscious effort to work directly with the Oculus, and what was it like developing a game for it?
We actually started building the game with our design philosophies, and I got an Oculus and realized that the philosophies already worked really well with the Oculus. So we just sort of ran with that and pushed it with that and made sure we stuck to that. We had to free up some cameras. We had things like camera animations, and that's the kind of thing that makes you really sick in the Oculus and sort of pulls you out of the experience of you being the player. So we freed up the camera, everywhere we could. We made sure there were no cut scenes. All of our UI and things like that are actual 3D models rendered in the world, as opposed to an UI overlay. So everything is sort of there, right in front of you. Again, it's you in the world, and it just happens to work really well with the Oculus.
Very exciting. What platforms are we developed for, or what is it coming out on?
Sure, it's going to be on Steam right after the show. We're coming out on PC, obviously. I can't say anything official yet, though we're working and we're zeroing in on the console as of now.
What kind of release date are we looking at?
For PC, definitely the end of spring for the first of 3 episodes in Season 1.
So episodic gaming then.
Yes.
Very cool, very cool. Well, Albino Lullaby was a very cool game. And real quick on the style of the game, it reminded me, the house I was in reminded me of something a splicer might live in before all that stuff went down in BioShock with the Rapture and all that stuff. Not with the Rapture, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, very cool game. Definitely check out Albino Lullaby when it hits PC later, and then maybe on the consoles in the near future.